Angry guy here. And women are crying because they are single, alone, and men don't want them anymore. Women are crying alone in their rooms because they're single, alone, and men don't want them anymore. Guys, let's just go ahead and jump into the first video.
So you're a single mom millionaire. Do you think you have the leverage to tell a guy that also has money that he has to be monogamous to you when you have a child?
Can you repeat that?
You are a millionaire. Let's say you meet a guy that's also a millionaire or a multi-millionaire, okay? Probably knowing you, he has to be a multi-millionaire. He's attractive, etc. Other women want him. Do you think you can tell him he must be monogamous to you when you also have money and you have a kid, which actually hurts you as a woman?
I gotta step out.
Okay. All right. Let's take a Chris.
Nah, it's not, but that ass is not even funny. Cause y'all don't know, like for real, it's not even funny.
All right, we'll take a breather and then come back and answer the question.
Can I finish? But I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. What is that?
I think it's more, but
Mom,
also the
Mom.
high value man is gonna be the father of the house for my whatever. If I have a daughter or a son.
All right.
Why you laughing? Like you mad and mature.
Hey.
Guys, this is what they're going through. They're not getting any sympathy. They're here crying on social media, crying alone in their rooms because they're single. They have a kid. No one wants to marry them anymore because, once you're on Only Fools, people don't respect you the same way they used to respect you. It doesn't matter if you're a millionaire. It doesn't matter because guess what? Any man that a woman gets into a relationship with, he's the one who's gonna have to pay all the bills. Even if she's a millionaire, that's her money. Her money is her money, and his money is her money. So any of his money has to be used to cover all the bills. She'll do whatever she wants with her money.
And while I'm getting ready for surgery and everything, it dawned on me that I'm 46 years old and I don't have a husband to take care of me. Being single and 46 sucks. It just sucks. And I make jokes about buffoons that I have been encountering in dating, but in reality, this is my reality.
All these women out here who adapt this feminist ideology, and that are strong and independent, that they can pay their own bills and carry their own weight and have their own careers, they will all face this exact same reality right over here, man. Oh man, don't nobody want to be alone when you got health issues. Believe me when I tell you, man, your friends, they ain't really gonna be around there. But a man is gonna be there for you 24/7, looking out for you and taking care of you, man.
I mean, guys, they did it to themselves. When women are going through all these things, even some of the stuff that's not even savory to talk about, a man will stick with her. A man will take care of her in ways that another woman would not. Another one would not want to have to deal with that kind of stuff. These are things that men do. All right. Men are loyal in some unbelievable ways. Men will put up with so much and give so much of themselves. When you look at the divorce rate among women who marry other women, it's at 75%. Men who marry other men have the lowest divorce rate at roughly around 15%. Men who marry women have a divorce rate of 51%. And all divorces are 70 to 80% of all divorces are initiated by women. When it's a man and a woman, and then when women marry women, 75% of those marriages will end in divorce. 3 out of every 4 marriages where one woman marries another one will end in a divorce. I mean, look at these insane rates, and that's because men are loyal. Men put up with so much, but women can never be happy in a relationship. Let's go ahead and jump into the next video.
It's so embarrassing. I'm crying. Why am I bawling my eyes out? I thought I was going to use this in a video, and now I'm like, no, I'm crying too hard. But
Oh, look at me. Please feel sorry for me. I'm alone and I made bad decisions. I chose to be in, relationships. I talked all this stuff. Me crying because I'm single after spending a whole day talking poorly about boys and being a Sigma female. Yeah. Sigma female. Look where that puts you. It's like when women say that, oh, I'm going to go and become a passport sis and find my man overseas. Oh, yes. Everybody's like, yes, queen, yes, you go, girl, go and get it. You got this, you've got this. But then they go overseas and it doesn't work out for them. They don't have the same opportunities. They're not going to find America and Western countries. That's the best they're going to get. They go to these other countries where these guys make $3,000 a year, and the average height is 5'6", and they think they're going to go and find Mr. Right over there. And then these guys also are not going to put up with. These are not the guys that are going to do all of these things for them. They're not going to take care of them when they're sick. They're not going to be there for them. These guys are just going all around the place, having children with different women, and they don't care, right? They don't care. And so basically, he's not 6 feet tall. He's 5'6". The average height is 5'6". Doesn't have 6 inches in their country. The average size is 2 to 3 inches. Okay. And forget about 6 figures. He doesn't even make 2 figures. He doesn't even make 2 figures. All right. He doesn't even make $10,000 a year. He barely makes a third of. He doesn't even make a third of that. He doesn't even make a third of that. And so what? And what are you talking about? And then we're going to say, well, oh my gosh, we have a problem. This world is just terrible. Men around the world, they just, they can't. What has happened? And it's like crazy. Like, bro, nothing has changed. What's changed is that now you're going out there into the workforce. You have your own money, and you have the same expectations that a man has to come and bring the same amount of money as you do, but preferably more money than you. Because every woman wants a man that is better than them. They want a man that looks better, that's taller, that's more educated, more fluent. And it's crazy. It's crazy. So now they turn around and say that all men on earth are just not up to their liking and up to their caliber. So these men need to either step up their game, or they're going to be alone. But then when they're alone and they're miserable, then they turn around and say, oh, it's because men just won't grow up. Men just won't evolve. And it's like, bro, do you understand how hard life is? They don't, because they live life on easy mode. Everything has been handed to them since the moment that they were born, and they continue to get everything for free. My gosh, guys, you need to listen to these expectations.
I am looking for a handsome single black man in his mid to late 20s who is good with his hands, is an arse man, doesn't need to wake up early for work tomorrow, no kids, no baby mum, to help me put together my sofa.
Yeah, do you see this? Do you see these ads that they're literally putting out on social media, basically saying, I need this guy in my life. I need a man who can provide me with this and this and this. And I mean, guys, it's basically Build-A-Bear workshop. They bring nothing to the table, but they expect a man to provide them with literally everything. All right. This is why they're on social media. This is why these women are crying.
I guess I spent so many years with the career in the beginning, which was a waste of time. I'm going to tell all young girls that I meet, it's a waste of time. Mm-hmm. And yeah, and then I guess it was just, I don't know, honestly.
Here's the thing, like, the girls don't like it when I say it, but when another girl says it, maybe it might hit home. Because I tell girls this all the time, don't piss away your top years.
I was going to say, genuinely, like, I try to tell my younger girlfriends this, like.
They don't care.
What do they tell you when you tell them, like, yo, find a man now when you're still young and attractive, get the best guy that you can, leave the casino when the chips are up?
Yeah, I just think that the feminism and woke culture is just so strong, and it's really hard to kind of change minds at this point. I don't know, even if you literally look at facts, like, it's emotion just kind of overpowers.
See, that's basically it. She says it very well at the end. Women don't care about facts. Women care about feelings, even though facts don't care about your feelings. At the end of the day, the only thing that a woman is truly loyal to are her emotions. She will always be loyal to her emotions above everything else, and she will always protect those and go with those. Even if they're taking her in the wrong direction, she'll say it's the right direction. Guys, basically, women are just like men, except without reason and accountability. That's the life of women. That's how women actually live. And then that's why you see these videos, one after another, of these women crying on social media because they're single, they're alone. The men that they want don't want them. They can't find a guy to date, and they don't know how to deal with this. And of course, they take zero accountability. They don't say that, hey, I made the decision to go and date these types of men. I mean, you know what's interesting? I don't think she's dressed terribly, But I mean, that's that, bro, you're on, it's Florida. This podcast takes place in Florida. And what's crazy is that a lot of these women who come onto the podcast and that are, now reflecting or giving advice, so-called even conservative women that are giving advice on, speaking out against feminism. Like, look at how they're dressed. Like, this is how you carry yourself, sis. This is what you're doing. And you want someone to respect you. And it's like you're out here trying to give advice and act like you're speaking from a position of authority and experience. But how have you changed? You still don't carry yourself like a lady. You're still not acting ladylike, and you want a dude to respect you. And it's just unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable. And it's what it's what men are forced to live with, what men continue to live with. I say to myself, like, why would any guy want to put themselves in this situation and be in a relationship where they're basically going to be, it's completely lopsided. Women don't comprehend that men don't care about their money. They don't care about their education. They don't care about any of these things. They want a woman who's fit. They want a woman who's feminine. They want a woman who's friendly. That's it. If a woman cannot provide those things, then guys are going to move on to the next one. And unfortunately, women refuse to comprehend this. That's why they're sitting crying alone in their cars. That's why they're sitting crying alone in their rooms. That's why they're miserable. And at the end of the day, you can never make a woman happy. The only thing that can ever fill that empty void inside of a woman is her family, her children. That is her legacy. But a lot of women don't understand this. So they go out, they want to get their bag, they want to consume as much as possible. They want everything. Because nothing can fill the void for them. Nothing can make them happy. So they keep consuming. And then when they're 80 years old, and maybe if they're lucky, because many of them, it doesn't happen like this for many of them, but let's say they can keep consuming and they have lots of money when they're old, but they have no one to share it with, no children, nothing. I mean, what do you think? They're miserable. And the saddest part is that they try to share that misery with others and tell other young women that, listen, I'm happy and I'm, look at how wonderful my life is, because they cannot admit to themselves, they cannot admit that they have nothing, that they are alone. I mean, you know who lived this type of life? Barbara Walters. Barbara Walters was a huge feminist icon, and she spent her life as a journalist. And I read that one of her biggest regrets in life was not having more children. And we saw how her life played out. Her final years were extremely empty. She was alone. She developed dementia. She had trouble remembering. Her last years were very, very difficult. All the money in the world, millions and millions of dollars. She left millions of dollars to who? For what? She couldn't enjoy any of it. She couldn't take any of it with her. And listen to me, when I say her final years, guys, I'm talking about like more than like 10 years or more. Like literally, she retired and she basically, that was it for her. And that's how she lived. And that's what all these other women want for young women. I think it's cruel. I think it's vindictive. I think it's mean. I don't think it's the right. But you know what? You can only say so much. You can only say so much and say, listen, ladies, this is not the right thing to do. What you're doing is wrong. You need to wake up. You need to go prioritize a relationship while you're young. Find a guy while you're young. Settle down with a guy while you're young and build a family. And then your career and everything else comes after that. But they don't listen. They don't listen. I used to have a friend, Paul, right? And he was a Migglypuff. And he used to talk about this. He said, women don't listen. No matter what you say to them, they don't listen. They will always do what they want to do. They'll choose to do whatever they want to do. And then afterwards, when the things don't work out for them, they'll blame they'll blame feminists, they'll blame God, they'll blame men. Men are the first things they'll blame. They will never take accountability and say that my decisions that I made ultimately led me to this point. Men are forced to take accountability for everything that happens in their lives, regardless if they're the cause of it or not. Men are forced to take accountability for everything that happens in their lives. Women are not. And that's why we're in the situation we're in today. And that's why men are increasingly walking away. Or in 2023 alone, almost 1 million passports have been issued. 2023, almost 1 million passports have been issued. The future is literally this. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The future is this. You're going to have men and boys dating overseas. For guys who absolutely want to marry, they're gonna meet someone overseas. That's it. They're gonna meet someone overseas, and boys that want a girlfriend, they're gonna get a girlfriend overseas, and they're gonna keep in touch with her over Skype, and that's it. And then during summer break and winter break, they'll go visit her if possible, or maybe she'll come over, and that's how it's gonna work out. And you're gonna literally have the girls around them like, what's going on? Why won't they speak to us anymore? And many of them won't even care because they'll be like glued into their phones, but it's only going to lead to them being further isolated. What do you guys think regarding this? Women are crying because they're single, alone, and men don't want them anymore. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying my content, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, never miss another video again, and like the video because it tells YouTube you're enjoying the content, you want to see more of it, so YouTube will show you more of it. What do you think about all of these single women crying alone on social media, guys? I want to hear your thoughts. We'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.